Hey everyone, just to start us off, I'd really like to thank you for giving me a couple minutes right now to really share with you a story and a message that's been on my heart for a long time, and I'm finally getting an opportunity to share it. I'm getting that opportunity through this awesome event that's going on here at the U of I called Before and After, and I'll just give you a little background on what we're doing. It's all through the U of I's Campus Crusade for Christ. And what this entire event is an opportunity for us as students to be visual and to be able to go out and really evangelize like a lot of us had never even done before. The whole before and after theme really resonates with the idea that you were someone before you knew Christ, and then you transformed after you knew Him to become someone after. And we were all given these shirts that said two different words, a one word that described who we were before we knew Jesus, and then one word for after. Just for reference, my two words were typical and then unstoppable. And what's been great is this week has given me even more of an opportunity to go out and share that with people and to really show them the light of Jesus and to show them what He's doing in me and through me. So here's my story. What I really think is that I have got a unique story. It's not the typical rags to riches type that you often hear coming from those high-profile Christians out there. What I've had is a life full of Jesus. There was never really a time when I didn't know Him. I never had a period of doubt in my life. I never really had a time where I was questioning Jesus or I had a rock bottom experience. And that's what I think makes my story unique, because I know there's a lot of people who go through their life full of God and going to church and doing all the right things, but they still feel like something's missing. And that's really hard because, by the church's standards, you're doing everything right. And the purpose of my story is to show you how I realized what I was doing wrong and was able to be lit on fire even more and to be even more of a light of the darkness, a light in the darkness than I was before. So here's my story. The person that I was before Jesus, or before in this sense, was typical, and that's why I chose it. It was that good Christian that went to church every Sunday, that went on the summer camps, did the mission trips, always went to youth group, played by the rules, didn't get out of those, didn't do the things that I shouldn't be doing, and really, to the outsiders, seemed like I was doing everything right. And it wasn't that I was doing things wrong, but I wasn't doing them near to the extent that Jesus really called me. And I did this all the way through junior high and high school, and it was when I graduated that this fire started burning inside of me. So what happened was this summer of 2011, my eyes were opened. I was transformed in the sense that I was able to see kind of my faults and the faults of many of my peers, and how we weren't doing things right. What I saw was a bunch of good people, a bunch of good people just like me, who were working really hard to make themselves the best that they could be. And God put it on my heart that wasn't enough. He wasn't calling me, and He wasn't calling us just to be good people, to be that nice guy. He was calling us to go out and be dynamic and to be bold, to go out and really love people. And I had no one in my life that I felt like was really living this out. Who were the people that were being dynamic? It was youth pastors, it was adults, but they all kind of seemed to fit that mold. And what really happened in that change period was Jesus was showing me that, Preston, you need to go out and start doing these things and start really changing a culture. So he put a couple things on my heart, a couple main points. The first one that really resonated with me and was the most important of all was just to start loving. And every Christian would tell you that love is important, and God calls us to go out and love one another. But do we really understand what that means? Do we really get just how important of a call that is? And do we really do it? I mean, unconditional love. When you see a person, do you just have that innate desire to go out and love on them? Especially the people that are strangers, that appear outcasts, that have hurt you, or by your standards are not kind of fit for your own ministry. And that's what I had thought. And when God changed that in me, He really showed me that I need to go out and start loving. And that was the key. I needed to start going out and be a servant, and to really be bold, and to be proclaiming His word. So over the summer, this past summer of 2011, I really was transformed. I became what I think now is unstoppable. I think that Jesus is working inside of me to really make a difference. And it's been amazing what He's done. He has given me that boldness to go out and really start making a difference in people's lives. He's shown me that it's not about going to church. It's not about just doing the right things or saying the right things or not doing the wrong things. It's about love. And it's about being the boldest for Jesus that you can be. And I think that's where I'm at now. I'm at a spot where nothing's going to hold me back except for myself, because I firmly believe that Jesus has given me everything that I need to be unstoppable. That's where my after comes in. My after is an unstoppable, unrivaled, unequaled warrior that Jesus has transformed me into, and I'm so thankful for. So where this kind of leaves me in terms of making an impact, hopefully on your heart, is a challenge. And I really think that for those of you out there who are just living a good life, who are playing it safe and playing it by the rules, I would challenge you to go out and start getting out of that comfort zone. Jesus doesn't call us to be a light in a room full of other shining stars. He calls us to be a light in the darkness. Go out and get out of your comfort zone. Leave those safe areas full of other nice Christian people and start proclaiming Jesus' word to those that really need to hear it. And I'm not claiming to be perfect at this or even close. And I'm still learning as I go. But I know that when you're doing that, Jesus is smiling on you, and you have His favor, and you are going to be blessed. And you're never, ever going to fail. I've had times when I think by worldly standards, I've talked to someone about Jesus, or I've prayed for him, and I failed. But it's not about what you do. It's about what Jesus does through you. And that's the key. So I would challenge all of you out there to stop just being good people. Dive into the Word and figure out what Jesus wants to do for you. Stop being typical and become unstoppable. God bless.